Hello, everybody, and welcome to Jenny on the Chopping Block. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Having an amazing Tuesday so far. And a little bit of a synchro destiny here with Lisa Herald, who is one of my soul sisters. And we've had some journeys this past year together in Has the Woods Deep Dive Meditation Group. And I would say we've been drawn together. And I'm really glad that we have this opportunity now to come together because sometimes we're busy, and I think this is a great opportunity for Lisa to come on and tell us a little bit more about herself. And so Lisa's been a real estate agent for 22 years, and her life has kind of daily been shifted into a new higher purpose. So Lisa, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on with you lately?
Thank you, Jennifer. This is so amazing. I did not expect this at 6 a.m. this morning when I woke up. But actually, you were the first person I thought about when I woke up. Aww. Because I know that you have been doing this. You're getting yourself out there, and I've been just dying to connect with you to find out what's behind all of this for you. So this is perfect timing. And thank you so much for the opportunity to allow me to share about what's going on with me, because you're the first to know. So last year was super, super challenging for me in so many ways. I won't get into that at all, but that's when you and I first met. And so I got into a deep spiritual practice and have remained there with the help of our dear friend Hasna. And so I just kept getting this feeling of needing to do more, wanting to do more. My soul is yearning. It's in super creative mode, and all these synchronicities started happening. All of these thoughts started coming to me, and I just felt this huge tugging, this huge desire, honestly, like I probably have never had before. And so I just was able, through spiritual practice, meditation, setting intentions, was able to stay open to possibilities. Thank you, Dr. Joe, for that one.
He is everywhere right now.
Yes, he is. He is everywhere. We were all everywhere. Oh. We were all connected everywhere. And that's part of the Great Awakening, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is part of the Great Awakening. So, well, it is the Great Awakening. So anyway, I have been open to the possibilities. I've been listening. I've been connecting at a deeper level with my soul and listening, as we have been taught by our teacher, right? To listen. And so a friend of mine, this was about maybe not even 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine texted me and said, you got to hear about this. So she started telling me about a device that has already been launched in Europe. And it was just launched in Australia in March. And it's called the Healy, Healy. And Healy was created by a man named Marcus Schmieke, and that's Schmieke. Marcus was a monk for 12 years, and then he became a scientist. And he also created a device called the Time Waver, which you can find out there. You can Google that. And so he is also friends with a gentleman whose name is Nano. He's a Portuguese. I know he's a physician. I don't know about any quantum studies that I know that he must, but anyway, the two of them connected, and they decided to create a device that can go out to the global population. And this has been launching, as I mentioned, in Europe, and it just launched in Australia the month of March. It just launched in the United States 4 days ago. And in the first, I don't know the number of units that were sold. There's only 4 units with 4 different frequencies. So let me explain the science best I can. So the device is about 4 by 4 inches. It's very small. It's wearable. You can literally put it on your lapel, put it in your pocket. And it has a quantum sensor. The quantum sensor will download frequencies to your body as the device itself scans you. Now, it has an FDA approval for those naysayers, and which is pretty cool for a lot of people. I understand that totally. And the patents, it has 14 patents on it. The most important 2 are the cloud and then the download patent. So what comes to your body from the cloud is also patented, plus a bunch of other ones. So the device will scan. So you use your smartphone. You put the app on your smartphone. The device is connected to that. You can turn your Wi-Fi off of your phone after the programs are downloaded onto the device, so you don't have to worry about additional EMF. However, this device will protect you from EMF as well. So we all know what frequencies are. That reminds me of 5G. We all know about 5G right now. Well, it's their frequencies. So God bless you.
Thank you.
The importance of looking into, and I suggest anybody who's interested in knowing more, go look up this guy, Nino Nano. And
I love that name, Nino Nano.
It's 2 words, N-I-N-O, last name N-A-N-O. Mm-hmm. And as I mentioned, he's a Portuguese physician and, a bunch of other degrees, I'm sure. But he created what's called the gold frequencies. It's 144,000 frequencies that our bodies can use. So what do? They purify us. They energize us. They create a better connection between our heart and our brain, just like our meditations do. And 140,000 other things that can help your body. It is, as we know, we can't really use the word heal. However, it is called Healy, and I love that little twist. So I would just encourage anybody, go to my Facebook page. I think Jennifer has it online here, the Quantum Frequency Movement. And there's tons of information on there. I honestly am still learning about it, but I'm on Zooms all day long. It is a global, it's a global evolution, really and truly. So this does not have anything to do with anti-meditation, or this is just amplifying what we already are doing to create healthy bodies, healthy minds.
Do you know the price point for it?
Yes, there are right now in the United States, there are significant coupons for it. There are 4 models, as I mentioned. The Healy Gold, which is just under $500. The next model up, which has more frequencies on it, is called the Healy Health, and that one is like $940. The next one up is Healy Health Plus, which is $1,400, and then the top level is called the Resonance, and it's $2,400. There's a $1,000 coupon available for that one, and $500 coupon for the other 2 until May the 25th. With that being said, it is an MLM, but you can certainly be just a customer. There are tons of practitioners that are purchasing the device and using in their offices. We have a testimonial page Things are pouring in from all over that are mind-blowing. I mean, really crazy, crazy stuff. And so, in essence, it is creating, it's like what Dr. Joe talks about. I mean, it's detoxifying your system. It is fabulous for your immune system. It's absolutely, matter of fact, there is one of the programs is called purification and protection. So it boosts your immune system. It's perfect for right now. People who have lost their jobs and don't want to go back to corporate, and they're like me, they found something on a spiritual spark during this COVID period, and they want to do something to give back to the planet, to the Mother Earth, and their animals. You can use this on animals, Jennifer.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we have testimonials in there that are crazy amazing. I was looking at one yesterday, this little terrier mix, which I have one who's been in 2 months. Interesting, for 2 months, my little terrier's been in just a rash of itching and allergy problems that we can't figure out. And so I'm really interested to see what the Healy does for him. Mine will be here this week. So any day.
Wow, I can't wait to see and hear about your experience with it.
Can't wait for the follow-up myself. So any other questions about that? I know that was a lot of info.
I'm gonna kind of do my own research, but I'm really excited, and it's super like new age, and it's like something I've never heard about. I mean, I've seen kind of similar things like it at like the Tony events and the energy, the frequency work. So I'm really curious and interested about this as well.
The biggest difference with this particular device is it's wearable. The ones that are out there, for instance, the first one that Marcus created, the Time Waver, it's an in-office device. It's tens of thousands of dollars.
Wow.
So this is for, this is going to be available to more and more and more people. And if you are interested in MLM, and you purchase the just say the lowest price model, then basically you just have to sell 3 of them to pay for that, and you get an upgrade as well. So I mean, it will pay for itself really quickly. I mean, I think like my daughter, for instance, she is planning to get it. She works with horses, and she's planning to get it and then use it. She'll have her own testimonials and that sort of thing. She's very sensitive around horses, so she'll know the differences immediately. So I'm really excited for her.
It's beautiful. Wow, it's amazing. I hearing like the animals, like that I'm really interested about that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of veterinarians will pick up on this as well. And there's a lot of holistic veterinarians out there that I'm sure will absolutely love this.
My goal is to work with the elephants. I was just sitting on pencil freaking lead. Like, what the hell is that? Where did that get
Don't want lead in your body, girlfriend.
But yeah.
One other thing that I wanted to mention too that really has, so when I first heard about this, and so I just want to share my evolution with it, even though it's a really short amount of time. You hear about new things, and for myself, I get excited and jump on board and that sort of thing, and so I just kept sitting with it and learning more and more. And the more that I learned about the people that were already using it, like this group of people in Australia, it has transformed them from really getting into it initially for money into giving back to the planet and giving back to other human beings and raising the vibration of the planet. And it's turning into a really, really beautiful movement. So it's really, really, I'm falling in love with it. Just the movement itself is so pure. And I'm just so blessed to be a part of it. And like you and I were talking before we went live, you know, our last months and years, some of us have been like hell on earth. For what? To go through COVID, you know,
Prepare
to be in the emergence.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so blessed to be here with you. I just could never have dreamed this, Jennifer. I'm so happy for you, honey.
I'm happy for you too. This is amazing. And just to see us both like come through and step more into what we really want to do and how we really want to give back is just, it's amazing.
Can you still hear me okay?
I can. It's going in and out a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're fine. You're totally fine.
I'm not sure what happened there.
I know you had a few questions about how you want to get more involved with StreamYard, and you know, do you have any questions for me so we can maybe answer it for some other people as well?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I've been watching you, and I saw your interview with Hasna and a few other people, and I'm like, wow, the split screen is so amazing, and it's so seamless. I mean, I literally feel like I'm in the room with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I appreciate you sending me the link. And all I had to do is click on the link, and here I was.
Mm-hmm.
So
you like the backstage, and I mean, I just love it. I'm not knocking Zoom, but I think like for interviews in this setting, it's almost like exciting. Like I remember the first time I came on, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm backstage! Like I have to wait for her to come get me. Like this is awesome." I was so pumped, and I'm like, and then I saw Gary Vee uses it for his show, and I'm like,
oh, okay,
I want to do that.
Okay, cool. So it's super simple, right? And it's super cost effective, $20 a month.
I think it comes to like $24 or so a month.
Okay.
That's the first package, and I'm still learning. It's only been like a month or so. But I think we could bring up to 3 people on. I'm not sure like the difference. I know the higher package might be like, I don't know, $50, $100, but this one's only 24. And I do like how we could, you know, put the backgrounds and all the different.
You just did that?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's perfect.
The banners, you know, I mean, you could do so much with it. And then we could even, do you have any like questions in particular that you wanted to ask about it?
So obviously you can save these, right? You can save them and then post them.
That I have to learn.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
But this is live on Facebook right now.
This is live. And then, you know, last night I was playing usually, it's so weird. Around 11 o'clock, I'm like, I get this like burst of energy where I want to create something. It's like, it's weird. So last night I was videoing. I had like my old phone and my new phone, and I was videoing part of my interview. And this is going to lead to my next question for you and I wanted to incorporate Jenny from the chopping block with my interviews. And so last night I had made, you know, organic tricolored kernels of popcorn with coconut oil and nutritional yeast.
Yummy.
But I clipped like when Danny, you know, Pierre, he came on from Lemonade Stand, and I just clipped him like talking about the recipe. And then I clipped in me kind of videoing and pictures of the popcorn, and I'm like, cool. And then I put it on TikTok.
You were doing that with this software?
Well, I taped that part of the clip.
Okay.
Like a highlight. So it's like I could use this in other, you know, modalities.
Venues.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Wow, that's super creative, Jennifer.
It's just fun. So
that sounds really cool. So does your popcorn. I love popcorn.
It was fun. I was like, my brother was laughing his ass off at me because, you know, you're supposed to have a top on the thing. And I'm like, no, I want to see it pop. And there's popcorn like flying, like hit me in the face. And I'm just like, yeah, this is cool.
Oh my God. Okay, is that a little bit of boredom there?
I'm busy, but I was like, I want to do it. Like lit me up to hear like I want to make Gwen's ginger carrot soup. And it was funny because my mom this morning was like, we need to get ginger in our bodies and let's do this recipe of like lemon and ginger. And I'm like, cool, yeah, I'm about to load up on some ginger and freeze it for when I want to create with it.
Oh, cool. Well, tell me about your show, the chopping block.
So the chopping block started about 2 years ago, I want to say.
Okay.
And it was just like, so Chris and I had, his friend came to live with us, and, you know, I was busy working, but I would like on the weekends, I would make recipes or cocktails. And he's like, Jen, you should totally like film this. And I was like, that would be fun, you know, and that kind of like inspired. And I was hosting like little get-togethers at the house for vision boards and this and that. So I was on that path of like purpose, you know. And then I just started, I was very nervous the first time, but then I just started loving it. And then, you know, I had a challenging year, so I kind of took a little break. And now I'm back. And there's so much I could do with it. So I'm just really excited to grow within that.
So is the chopping block your interviews or is it cooking?
It's cooking videos, drinking videos, inspiration, self-development.
Okay.
Yeah. So I usually do that on Instagram.
Okay.
Facebook's more of my interviews. TikTok, I do a lot of recipes and dinner ideas. And then I have my personal Instagram that's just like fun and everything, and friends and family.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So what's your favorite recipe?
My favorite recipe is, I am going to have to say Emerald Lagasse's key lime pie.
Oh my God. I love key lime pie.
I could eat the whole entire thing, and I have, I'm sure. It is one of my most favorite desserts ever. My most favorite food on the planet. If I had to choose one food, it's going to be a toss-up between an apple and a lobster.
Whoa. I love that.
But yeah, the key lime pie is numero uno.
Is it intricate? Can you share like a little bit about it?
It's actually pretty simple. Awesome. I don't have it, honestly, Jennifer. I don't have it memorized. As far as what makes that particular one different are indeed the measurements of the ingredients. So they're not too dissimilar from other ones, but some of the ingredients, like the evaporated milk, is going to make the texture a lot creamier, but the flavor is out of this world. And, you know, certainly the quality of the limes that you use too.
I have a lime tree. I hope I get some limes this year.
Oh, cool.
I'm making this, and you're going to be on TikTok, just so you know.
Okay. All right. Sounds great. Well, I'm so happy to see you, and I'm so grateful that you popped in my mind this morning. And, you know, I wanted to find out about this StreamYard that you've been using, and look at all the blessings that we got.
Mm-hmm. So how are you going to use StreamYard in your group?
Well, so this was totally unexpected. I love how the universe is always conspiring for us, because I will just tell you, I can overthink things.
We all do.
And not take action. I mean, I've been taking a lot of action, but as far as like, I felt like it was going to be a lot more complicated, that I would have to do a lot of research, and all I did was say, hey, what are you doing this morning? And here's my answer, right? So I'm going to start interviewing people. In Australia and Bali. They're the people that I'm connected with right now, and start interviewing them. And I've already been hearing the testimonials. There's one that you'll see on that Facebook group the quantum frequency group. This lady who is just on fire. She has her own incredible business, energy business. I mean, the majority of the people that I'm connected to are energy healers.
Beautiful.
And they're the ones who are really, really totally behind this. But she has a testimonial that's on my Facebook page. That's awesome.
Can I share that in this interview, or is it?
Yeah,
public?
well, it's if somebody goes onto my Facebook page, the Quantum Frequency Movement, she's in there. Awesome. It's the first video, actually.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm going to call her up and say, hey, I'm a pro at this already.
Right. It's easy. It's fun. It's visually it's just, you could do it whatever you want. I mean, I know you love art and, you know, if you could apply it to whoever you're talking to, or just, and some people like this one.
I love that background that you used. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's so perfect for this conversation. Mm-hmm. And isn't it, so tell me about, the people that you are hanging around with and all the experiences that you've been having. We were talking about your delivery this morning, for instance.
Oh my God.
And all of these synchronicities that are happening. I mean, isn't it, are all your friends experiencing this crazy, beautiful growth?
Happy this morning.
Tell me about your delivery.
So I watch Unblinded every morning, and I'm like, I fell asleep doing my crazy TikToks or whatever, and I was distracted. But then I woke up this morning early, and I'm like waiting for Unblinded to come on because I'm up early. And then I watched that. It was great. And I'm actually having Peter Swan on my show on Thursday, so it's great to hear his voice. And then I watch Gary Vee every morning, and I'm like super excited to connect with his, him and his audience. And then during listening to his interviews, I get a freaking knock on the door. The dogs are going crazy. And it's winetext.com, Gary's wine company, which is a delivery wine service. And I'm like, I had a moment with the FedEx guy because I'm like, it's wine time. And then I'm like, is it too early? And he's like laughing. He's like, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. And it was just like so fun. And then I have you, and it's the day, it's only 11 o'clock, and I've fucking had the best day ever so far. So.
Yes. Oh. That is so cool. I am so glad I got to experience that moment with you. That's beautiful. So your world is just crazy expanding like mine is too, right?
Yeah, I think it's part of the frequency. It's funny that you're so into, because there's some other people coming on this week that I've just been magnetized to, and I feel that the people that are in my world and that I'm grateful to learn from and grow with is because I'm putting in a lot of work to raise my frequency and to try to vibrate at the highest potential. And I think that's when like attracts like, and, people who are trying to do the same things and trying to help others and just being heart-centered, that's who I'm attracting, and that's who I want to talk to. So that's really what I think.
Isn't it awesome?
Very real. Yeah.
It is. And then, for me, like I said, just being open to the possibilities, the limitless possibilities. I got a letter. Do you stop this at 30 minutes?
No. It's,
okay.
It's whenever, it's
whenever we're done talking. I have to share, you said something about you had a moment. I had a moment, just such amazing gifts that are happening right now, like all these unfoldings and synchronicities and whatnot. And I don't know if I had planned this trip or had been talking about it when we were in that meditation group together or not, about me going to Tahiti to swim with the whales.
Oh,
no. Wow. So I've been in touch with this lady for about 4 years, actually. She is the owner of a group called Ocean Defenders, and her name is Oriana Kalama, Kalama. Oriana is Oriana. And she's created a massive group called Ocean Defenders Hawaii. And so I met her through a friend of mine. His name is Paul, and he's a shark diver and does work for Shark Diving Magazine and whatnot. So he introduced me to her a few years ago. And so anyway, she started having these tours in Hawaii to swim with humpback whales. Well, they banned that after a while, but now we go to, well, she goes. I haven't gone yet. But I made reservations to go this year to swim with humpback whales for 8 days. And it is a life dream of mine. Whales are my totem. And I'm going to start crying. I can just feel the emotion welling up. I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to get next to one of their eyeballs and just see the whole world right there. I'm just so excited.
It's so majestic. I've always had a vision of seeing a shark like face to face and being like, you're fucking, like you're magnificent and majestic. Just
yes. Oh, yes, they are. They're so majestic. That's a perfect word for them. And so anyway, I was communicating with her because of COVID, and I just wrote her an email, and she responded back, and I was like trying to pin down the dates, and so she wrote me this beautiful letter, and she said, Lisa, if the dates for the original time doesn't work out, just come whenever. Here's the best dates. The full moon is going to be here. The next full moon is here. This is when the whales, it's best to see the whales. They're the most active and interactive with us. And I'm sitting there reading this letter. Oh, and the other thing that she said in there was, she said something along the lines, I feel so blessed that somebody like you that loves spirituality and healing is able to come. And she said, it'll just be you and me if you want. And I'm like, okay. And while I'm reading this, I had a big moment. And I mean, it literally and truly did not even feel like it was my life. I shared with you where I was a year ago. Yeah. And for me to be able to plan a dream come true, and that has nothing to do with this Healy at all. This was going to happen regardless. But I would, live life, love life. That's my motto: live life and love life.
I went visual when you were telling me, and it just feels right. Like, I'm so excited for you, and I could relate to that feeling of being, wanting to be connected and help with wildlife. And it's just gorgeous. So I'm super excited for you, and I can't wait to hear about it. And maybe I'll come in your suitcase.
Come on. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be amazing. I mean, I literally dream about it. And Oriana is super spiritual, lovely. I mean, you can imagine. And she has a massive following. Matter of fact, she'd be a great one for you to interview.
I'd love to.
Yeah. Yeah. She's very, very open. She is an activist.
It's got me.
She is an activist. Big time. So right. I've really loved following her on Facebook. She's amazing.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, there's so many people, and that's why I love what you're doing, because you're connecting with people that are, maybe otherwise hidden to some of us, like the Unblinded movement. How cool is that? That's a wonderful, wonderful event to be connected to.
Talk about synchrodestiny. I mean, mentor and best friend, Lorelai.
Yeah.
You know, I was at the event Date with Destiny, and you know, I was kind of scared for a while to like go full into like work again. Like I don't know, I was like, because I wasn't emotionally like stable enough, I thought. So, you know, at Date with Destiny, I was behind the scenes, I was food team captain, and it was a little bit challenging for me because I had a limiting belief or a fear that like I couldn't do it. But then I kept bumping into the Unblinded team and Sean, and you know, I was invited to some of his parties, and it's 11/11, Make a Wish. Sorry. And it was just like it was so eerie. Like I kept bumping into his team. I even bumped into them walking out of the bathroom at the airport. And I wasn't even in the room. So it was like a pull, that frequency kind of thing.
Sure. Yes.
And just following the breadcrumbs to, being blessed to be involved in part of his movement. And I mean, Sean, just his heart, I would follow him to the ends of the earth because I think he's going to do amazing things.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he already is.
He definitely is. Yeah. I was on it for a brief moment this morning. And like I said, I try to catch it. Usually I'm not on. It's an hour, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's a half hour in the mornings. Then he does this real raw role play. But in the mornings, it starts every morning at 8:30 Eastern Standard. And then it's over. Sometimes it goes after 9 a.m., but usually it's a half hour.
Yeah. Awesome.
And it's free.
Sweet. Sorry?
It's free if anybody wants to join. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah. If you're a business, are you doing his course right now?
No, not yet. I have to look into it because I couldn't afford the course. And then I'm like, all right, I don't know. I have to look into it.
Well, I can't wait to give you more information about the Healy. And thank you so much for inviting me on here.
I'm so happy you're here.
I feel really, really glad that I got in the shower.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't.
I was in my sweats and you're like, I'll see you like in the back room or whatever you called it. I'm like, what? Say what? I thought we were going to chat.
Oh, we could chat.
I love it.
As far as the audience, do you have anything that's on your heart that you want to share any further? Or
I would just say if anybody has an interest to help heal humans, the planet, animals, yourself, this is something you should look into. It's an amazing opportunity, and the community is awesome. Beautiful, beautiful energy around this. Everybody's open. Everybody's sharing with me. I mean, I want to share back. It's just super, super inspirational, and it's easy, it's simple, and highly, highly effective. So it's going to help the planet. It's definitely going to help the planet.
Beautiful. All right, Lisa. Well, we're going to sign off. I hope everyone has a happy Cinco de Mayo and a great Tuesday. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. I have Francis Lincoln, Frank, Mr. Orange coming on tomorrow. I'm pretty sure we agreed to tomorrow. So we'll see you then. Love you guys.
Bye, honey.
Ciao. Oh, no, you're staying with me.
Oh, I'm staying. Bye, everyone.